One other plant we're going to be sharing at our seed swap is going to be this great mullein. You can see here there's tons and tons, literally millions of seeds here. Each of the little pods has seeds inside it, so all we do is put it in a plastic bag and just bash it around a little bit, and that releases the seeds. Let me just take a look. There you go. So we're going to be able to grow lots of great mullein this year, and we'll share some seeds with you. How are you doing this, Martin from Gardens for Life? So remember, we have a seed and plant swap coming up this weekend here in Roscommon. So I'll put a link below for the details, but I want to encourage you not to just bring in seeds if you have them, but also plants and cuttings and all kinds of different root cuttings you can also propagate plants from. So one of those many plants you can actually take cuttings from is the elder. And our elderberry tree here is a special variety that we grew ourselves. So we'll just take a cutting here. And I only have got the cheapo secretaires, better than none though. So we'll simply take a cutting like that. So you can see here there's still some leaves on top, and the bottom is cut off at a slant. We can rub away the bottom leaf there and just stick that in the ground about halfway, and it'll grow into a new tree. Elder are very easy to grow, just like currants as well. And we're also going to be bringing in lots of jostaberry cuttings, like these ones here. So we'll just take an example here. For example, this would be a jostaberry cutting. Could probably cut that in half. So it doesn't need to be a foot long. It can be just even about that long here. And again, cut the top off at an angle. Cut the top off straight and the bottom at an angle, so it's easier to push in the ground and so that you know which way is down. I encourage you to bring cuttings, even from your berry bushes or flowering shrubs, to the seed swap, because it's easy to grow them that way, especially if you have different colours of buddleia as well. And most berry bushes actually just grow from a cutting, especially this time of year, when the sap has just started to rise. And we are also going to be bringing in some root cuttings as well, some horseradish and some comfrey. If there is anything else that you have in your gardens that you might be able to take cuttings from, whether it's another variety of mint, for example, even rhizomes, or woody material like these, jostaberry cuttings or elderberry cuttings, just bring them in and share them around. No harm in having a few extra berries in everyone's gardens. Don't forget, if you don't have any seeds or plants or homesteading items, don't worry, just call in for a chat anyway, and you can still take away some seeds and cuttings anyway. You can just make a little donation and buy a raffle ticket that we're going to use to pay off the cost of the event. So we'd highly appreciate your support. If you have any spare gardening or homesteading related books, it's worth bringing those in case someone might be interested in them. And this time with our seed and plant swap, we also encourage you to bring your own produce, whatever you might have. Anything that you produce yourself or crafted yourself. Could even be something to do with woodworking or anything to do with homesteading at all. Whatever you might have, we'd like to encourage people to barter with one another and to swap items of value. Our hydrangea cuttings are coming along too. They're starting to grow. If anyone watching this is coming to the seed swap and you're looking to create some willow arches in your garden, this is what the willow cuttings look like. Every year they actually grow back about 3 meters nearly, or 2.5 meters. So we just cut those back once a year and we get more cuttings off our hedge, and we keep having the trees bush out more every year, so that's handy. It's nice for shelter and to block the wind and for privacy as well. Next week, Friday the 3rd of March, we have a little Meitheal here, which is a work party. So we basically just invite volunteers to help us do some work in the garden, and in return they get experience and some cuttings, and hopefully we'll be able to teach you lots of little tricks and tips about no-dig gardening. So again, it's on Friday the 3rd of March from 11 AM to 4 PM. please let us know. If you're interested, just send us an email to contact@gardensforlife.ie. Well, our garden back here still looking a little rough on the edges, but it's coming along really nicely. We're going to be doing a spring cleanup here next Friday, in which we're going to actually invite some of you for a little Meitheal, for a work party, and we're going to do a little bit of gardening here, especially no-dig gardening. So we'd like to invite you to come along and help us clean up the garden a little bit, and we'll give you lots of helpful tips and tricks and some cuttings and some experience as well in return for your help. But you can see it's definitely spring now. Spring is coming, even though it was -3 this morning and everything was full of ice. And we'll see some of you on Sunday. Bye bye. We brought in some extra trays as well and pots. Here's a dahlia tuber, some Jerusalem artichokes actually, with fusau and white truffle. We brought in yacon. A lot of plants have already left the premises and people are very happy. We also have some tea and coffee and cake. So, lots of seeds. A lot of home saved seeds as well, and lots of flowers and vegetables as well. And here's more plants. People are donating plants very generously. I was saying it, they definitely shouldn't feel guilty about taking away more than they brought in. Hello.
Hello.
You can never have enough stickers. And look at this for a bouquet.
Wow.
3 different types of kale. 2 different Portuguese kale and red Russian kale.